There's a $1 bottle hiding in your bathroom right now that can bring dead plants back to life, erase impossible stains in seconds. And in one very specific emergency, it could mean the difference between life and death. Yet 99% of people who own it have no idea what it's truly capable of. Today, we're revealing 13 hydrogen peroxide secrets almost nobody knows. And number 4 is one every pet owner needs to hear before it's too late. Let's get started. Number 1. Rescue your dying houseplants. If your favorite houseplant is drooping, yellowing, and looking like it is on its last legs no matter how much you water it, that watering might actually be the problem. Overwatering suffocates plant roots and invites root rot, a fungal problem that thrives in soggy, oxygen-starved soil. And once root rot sets in, most people just give up and toss the plant. But here is where hydrogen peroxide works like magic. Remember that extra oxygen atom we mentioned? When hydrogen peroxide breaks down, it releases pure oxygen right into the soil. That extra oxygen helps kill the anaerobic bacteria and fungus attacking the roots, while giving the healthy roots the air they have been gasping for. Simply mix about 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide into a cup of water and use it to water your struggling plant. You may even notice a slight fizzing in the soil. That is the peroxide doing its job, oxygenating the root zone and attacking the bad microbes. Gardeners have used this trick for decades to bring plants back from the brink. Just do not overdo it. Once every week or two is plenty. Your plants will thank you with perkier leaves and stronger roots. Number 2. Supercharge seed germination. Here's one that even seasoned gardeners often don't know. If you've ever planted seeds and waited weeks for them to sprout, or watched half of them never come up at all, hydrogen peroxide can seriously stack the odds in your favor. Seeds have a tough outer coating designed to protect them. That's great in nature, but it also slows down germination. Soaking seeds in a diluted hydrogen peroxide solution gently softens that seed coat, allowing water and oxygen to penetrate faster. Research has shown that this kind of treatment can improve both germination speed and germination rates for many types of seeds. But that's not all. Seeds can carry fungal spores and bacteria on their surface, the same pathogens that cause damping off, the heartbreaking disease that kills seedlings right after they sprout. Hydrogen peroxide sanitizes the seed surface, giving your little sprouts a clean, pathogen-free start. Here is how to do it. Add about 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide to a cup of water. Soak your seeds for a few hours, then rinse and plant as usual. It's like giving your garden a head start before the race even begins. Number 3. Erase blood stains like they were never there. Whether it's a scraped knee, a nosebleed, or a kitchen accident, blood stains are some of the most stubborn stains on the planet. Once they set into fabric, regular detergent barely makes a dent. But hydrogen peroxide? It destroys blood stains on contact, and watching it happen is oddly satisfying. Here's the science. Blood contains an enzyme called catalase. When hydrogen peroxide touches it, it triggers an instant chemical reaction that breaks the peroxide down into water and oxygen. That's why it foams and bubbles up on contact, and all that bubbling physically lifts the blood right out of the fabric fibers, while the peroxide's oxidizing power breaks down the pigments that cause the stain. Just pour a small amount of 3% hydrogen peroxide directly onto the stain. Let it fizz for a few minutes, then blot and rinse with cold water. Repeat if needed, then launder as usual. One word of caution: hydrogen peroxide has a mild bleaching effect, so test it on a hidden spot first if you're treating dark or delicate fabrics. But for whites and light colors, it's an absolute game changer, and it works on mattresses, carpets, and upholstery too. Number 4. Save your dog's life in a poisoning emergency. Now for the one we promised, and this one is no exaggeration. Hydrogen peroxide has saved countless dogs' lives. Every year, thousands of dogs swallow things they shouldn't. Chocolate, grapes, human medications, rat poison. And when that happens, time is everything. In many cases, the toxin needs to come back up before it's absorbed. Here's what most pet owners don't know. Veterinarians and animal poison control experts sometimes instruct dog owners to use plain 3% hydrogen peroxide to safely induce vomiting at home. When swallowed, it irritates the stomach lining and typically triggers vomiting within about 10 to 15 minutes, potentially removing the poison before it does serious damage. But listen carefully, because this comes with major rules. Never do this without first calling your veterinarian or a pet poison control hotline. Some substances like sharp objects, batteries, or corrosive chemicals cause even more damage coming back up. Only use fresh 3% peroxide, only in the dose your veterinarian specifies, and only for dogs. It is not safe for cats, and it's never ever safe for humans to drink. Used correctly under professional guidance, that dollar store bottle can be the difference between a tragedy and a very lucky dog. Keep one in your pet emergency kit and save the poison control number in your phone right now. Number 5. De-skunk your pet with a chemist's secret formula. If your dog is ever tangled with a skunk, you know the smell is unlike anything else on earth, and no, tomato juice does not work. That is a myth that just leaves you with a smelly pink dog. The real solution was invented by a chemist named Paul Krebaum, and it has become legendary among veterinarians and groomers. Skunk spray gets its horrifying stench from sulfur-based compounds called thiols. Tomato juice just masks them. But hydrogen peroxide chemically changes them, oxidizing the thiols into odorless compounds. It does not cover the smell, it destroys it at the molecular level. Here is the famous recipe. Mix 1 quart of 3% hydrogen peroxide, 1/4 cup of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of liquid dish soap. Wearing gloves, work the mixture into your pet's dry coat, avoiding the eyes. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, then rinse thoroughly and follow with regular pet shampoo. One important tip, do not mix it in advance or store it in a sealed bottle, because the mixture releases oxygen and can burst a closed container. Make it fresh, use it, and dump the rest. Your nose and your dog will be forever grateful. Number 6. Sanitize cutting boards and kill kitchen superbugs. Here's a scary thought. Your kitchen cutting board can harbor more bacteria than your toilet seat. Every time you cut raw chicken or meat, bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can settle into the tiny knife grooves in the surface, where a quick rinse won't reach them. Hydrogen peroxide is one of the cheapest and most effective weapons against these kitchen superbugs. It's a powerful oxidizer that destroys bacteria by breaking down their cell walls, and it's registered with the EPA as a disinfecting agent. Even the CDC recognizes 3% hydrogen peroxide as an effective disinfectant against many bacteria and viruses on surfaces. After washing your cutting board with soap and water, pour or spray 3% hydrogen peroxide over the entire surface. Let it sit and bubble for about 5 to 10 minutes. That contact time is key. Then rinse it off with clean water. The best part? Unlike harsh chemical disinfectants, hydrogen peroxide breaks down into nothing but water and oxygen, leaving no toxic residue behind on a surface where you prepare food. Use this trick on countertops, sponges, and even the inside of your fridge, anywhere germs like to hide near your food. Number 7. Whiten yellowed, stained nails. If years of dark nail polish have left your nails looking yellow and dingy, you don't need an expensive salon treatment to fix it. Nail staining happens when pigments from polish soak into the porous surface of the nail, and once they're in there, soap and water won't budge them. But hydrogen peroxide's gentle bleaching action can oxidize those pigments and lift the discoloration right out. Mix a few tablespoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide into half a cup of warm water and soak your fingertips for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then gently buff the surface of your nails with a soft nail brush or buffer and rinse well. For tougher stains, make a paste with baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. Spread it over your nails, let it sit for a few minutes, and rinse. Repeat once a week and you'll watch the yellow tint fade away, leaving your natural nails looking clean, bright, and healthy. Just remember to moisturize your hands afterward, since peroxide can be a little drying, and give your nails an occasional break from dark polish to prevent the staining in the first place. Number 8. Soften and remove stubborn earwax. This one surprises a lot of people. Hydrogen peroxide is one of the few home remedies for earwax that doctors actually approve of. In fact, many over-the-counter earwax removal drops sold at the pharmacy use carbamide peroxide, a close cousin of hydrogen peroxide, as their active ingredient. The peroxide releases oxygen bubbles that soften and break up hardened wax, helping it work its way out of the ear naturally. Here's the safe way to do it. Lie on your side and place a few drops of 3% hydrogen peroxide into the ear using a dropper. You'll hear a strange crackling and fizzing. That's completely normal. Let it work for a few minutes, then tilt your head the other way over a towel to let it drain out. Now for the important warnings. Never do this if you have ear pain, a suspected ear infection, ear tubes, or a perforated eardrum. In those cases, see a doctor. And whatever you do, skip the cotton swabs, which just pack wax deeper into the ear canal. Compared to a box of pricey eardrops, that humble brown bottle does virtually the same job for pennies. Number 9. Banish that musty mildew smell from towels. You know the smell. You wash your towels, they come out of the dryer, and within one use, they smell like a damp basement again. What gives? That sour, musty odor comes from bacteria and mildew that build up deep in the towel fibers, usually because towels stay damp between uses. Once that funk sets in, regular detergent alone often cannot kill the microbes causing it. The towel isn't dirty, it's colonized. Hydrogen peroxide solves the problem at the source. As a powerful oxidizer, it kills odor-causing bacteria and mildew hiding in the fibers, while also breaking down the residue and buildup that trap them there. Add about half a cup to 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide to your washing machine along with your regular detergent, and wash your towels in the hottest water the fabric allows. For seriously stinky towels, let them soak in the peroxide water mixture for 15 to 30 minutes before running the cycle. As a bonus, peroxide brightens whites and helps strip away detergent buildup that makes towels stiff and less absorbent. Fresh, fluffy, funk-free towels for about a quarter's worth of peroxide. Number 10. Make grimy tile grout white again. Grout might be the single most frustrating surface in your entire home. It starts out bright white and slowly turns gray, yellow, or even black, no matter how often you mop. That's because grout is porous, like a sponge made of cement. Dirt, soap scum, and mildew sink down into it where surface cleaning can't reach, but hydrogen peroxide penetrates those pores, oxidizing stains and killing the mold and mildew growing inside. For the full effect, mix hydrogen peroxide with baking soda to form a thick paste. Spread it along the grout lines and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is where the magic happens, as the peroxide soaks in and bubbles the grime loose. Then scrub with an old toothbrush and rinse. The combination is powerful. Baking soda provides gentle abrasion while the peroxide bleaches and disinfects. Many people are stunned to discover their permanently stained grout was salvageable all along. Unlike chlorine bleach, hydrogen peroxide won't fill your bathroom with harsh fumes, making it a much more pleasant way to get that satisfying before and after transformation. Number 11. Keep your salad greens fresh for weeks. Here's one for everyone who's tired of throwing away slimy lettuce. Fruits and vegetables start deteriorating the moment they're harvested, and the main culprits are bacteria, mold spores, and fungi living on the surface of the produce. They're what turn your berries fuzzy and your spinach slimy. often just days after you bought them. Hydrogen peroxide can dramatically slow that process. In fact, food scientists have studied hydrogen peroxide as a produce sanitizer, and the food industry itself uses peroxide-based solutions in processing and packaging. At home, it's simple. Add about a quarter cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide to a sink or large bowl of cold water and soak your fresh produce for a few minutes. Then rinse everything thoroughly with plain water, and this is crucial, dry it completely before storing it in the fridge. By knocking down the population of spoilage microbes, you're essentially hitting the pause button on decay. Many people find their berries, greens, and vegetables last noticeably longer, sometimes a week or more beyond what they're used to. Less slime, less waste, and more money staying in your wallet instead of rotting in your crisper drawer. Number 12, deep clean your humidifier before it makes you sick. Humidifiers are wonderful for dry winter air, stuffy noses, and better sleep. But here is the uncomfortable truth. A neglected humidifier can become a germ cannon. The warm, wet interior of a humidifier tank is the perfect breeding ground for mold and bacteria. And when you run the machine, it does not just release water vapor. It can spray those microbes straight into the air you are breathing. Health experts have long warned that dirty humidifiers can trigger allergy symptoms, coughs, and even flu-like illness in some people. Hydrogen peroxide makes cleaning them almost effortless. Empty the tank, then pour in a mixture of hydrogen peroxide and water. A cup of 3% peroxide in a tank of water works well. Swish it around, let it sit for about 30 minutes so it can attack mold and bacterial film clinging to the surfaces. Then empty it and rinse thoroughly with clean water before refilling. Do this once a week during humidifier season, and you will be breathing clean, healthy mist instead of a mystery microbe cocktail. The same trick works beautifully for cleaning reusable water bottles, coffee maker reservoirs, and fish tank equipment too. Number 13, Brighten dingy white laundry without bleach. Chlorine bleach is harsh, smelly, can weaken fabric fibers over time, and pity the person who accidentally splashes it on colored clothes. Hydrogen peroxide is the gentler alternative hiding in plain sight. In fact, here's a secret the cleaning industry doesn't advertise. Many oxygen bleach and color-safe bleach products are built around peroxide chemistry. You've been paying premium prices for fancy hydrogen peroxide all along. As an oxidizing agent, peroxide breaks down the compounds that make white fabrics look yellow and dingy. Sweat residue, body oils, and detergent buildup, while brightening the fabric itself. Just add 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide to your washing machine drum or the bleach dispenser, then run your white load as usual. For yellowed pillowcases, dingy socks, or armpit stains on white shirts, pre-soak the items in a mixture of peroxide and water for 30 minutes first. It also doubles as a laundry sanitizer and deodorizer, which makes it perfect for gym clothes, cloth diapers, and kids' clothes. Whiter whites, no chlorine fumes, no fabric damage, all for a fraction of the price of commercial whiteners. So there you have it. 13 reasons that dollar bottle of hydrogen peroxide might be the most underrated product in your entire house. Which of these surprised you the most? And do you have a peroxide trick we missed? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, give it a like and share it with your friends. It helps us create more great content. And if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.